Hi, I'm Justine Louise. Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to give you my favorites for the entire year of December, the entire year of 2017. Although I am new to YouTube, so I don't have a monthly favorites that I could go back to, I certainly have kept a note in my head of all the things that I've really enjoyed and have used this entire year. Now this list is only going to include items that I have purchased in 2017, so they're not going to be old favorites that I'm still using. I did actually do a video on all my tried, tested, and true items, so I will link that below in case you're interested. So this is strictly 2017 purchases and things that I have loved. So I am going to start off with makeup. Now one of the items is from MAC. I'm not a huge fan of MAC. My stepdaughter actually got me into MAC because she just loves it. And at the time she was a teenager, so she just loved all the stuff. So she really got me hooked on it. And to be honest, a lot of the items are hit and miss for me. And some of their collections that come out are kind of fun and neat, and I have bought a few things. However, this particular item is, I bought it when they had that 25% off sale or something like that in the summertime. And it is the Mineralized Skin Finish Powder. And I use it for, as a setting powder as well as a finishing powder. I know there's differences, but I don't really know. I just like it, so I don't know which it's supposed to be used for. But as soon as I put on my foundation, I use this powder with a brush. And it just gives my skin a nice glow. I don't really like using shimmery products because I have oily skin, so I already have a lot of shine, so I don't want to emphasize more shine, and I don't really want matte because then it makes my face look a bit puckered and older. So I'm kind of looking for something in between. And I have used like Hourglass and all, I've used a million powders, and this by far is my ultimate, and I've actually made a dent in it, which is shocking because a lot of my stuff sits there. So I do love this, and I will definitely be repurchasing down the road. Now another one, I actually just mentioned it in my December favorites, and I did buy it this year, and I would probably say it is my favorite eyeshadow palette of the year, and I've bought a lot of palettes this year, and that's my Too Faced Chocolate Bar. I love it. If I was told I could only have one palette and I had to declutter every single other palette, this is the one I would keep. Hands down. It's not even, I don't even have to think about it. It is just gorgeous. I love I love the colors. There's mattes, there's shimmers, there's a few little funky colors. There's a highlight, there's a matte brow bone, there is everything. There's a little mirror. It just ticks every single box, and it smells like chocolate. So what more do you need? Another palette is in here. Even it's not just an eyeshadow, so I think I can say this is one of my favorite palettes, and it is Charlotte Tilbury. And this one is her all over instant look in a palette, and it is the Beauty Glow one. She has about 4 or 5, and I think I've owned each and every one of them, and one was so bad I actually sent it back. That was the one that came out at Christmas. But this came out in the summer, and as you can see, it's a mess. So I have used it many times, and I've traveled with it because it has beautiful eyeshadows. There's a matte brown, a rose gold, a shimmery kind of champagne-y color, an amazing bronzer, a highlighter, and 2 shades of blush. And that she says you mix together, but honestly you can use each and every one of these colors as eyeshadow. So you could just use it as an eyeshadow palette. It's everything in a palette. It really is. And I travel with this, and it is by far the best all-in-one palette I've ever used. And again, I love Charlotte Tilbury, but she does have either hits or misses for me, and this was a hit out of the park. It's fabulous. I highly recommend this palette, especially if you want an all-in-one kind of thing, and it's basic looks. They're not too over the top, so you can use them for day, evening, whatever you like. They're just beautiful. She makes beautiful products when they're hits. Another item I discovered this year is from Anastacio. It's a brow gel, and I know you've heard all about it, and a million YouTubers have talked about it, but I can't go without mentioning it. I know this is just the little mini because I'm too cheap to buy the big one, even though I love it. But I did get it as a point perk, and I got it a few times as that, so I have a couple of stashed away before I have to splurge and spend the money. So I'm going to use these tiny ones for now. And it sets my brows, they hold in place. I've used a lot. I've used the MAC one, it was useless. A million drugstore ones. I had the benefit, that would be my second choice. I can't remember what it's called, but it's just a clear brow gel and it's fabulous, but this one's even better. So I highly recommend. It's just a clear gel, and like I said, it just holds your brows in place. I don't go to big extremes with my brows. I just kind of pencil them in a little bit because you're supposed to. I don't, like I said, I'm not a makeup artist. I just kind of go with the flow and I follow trends to the best that I can. So anyway, they say to fill in your brows, so I do it. The next thing is a under eye concealer, and this is from IT Cosmetics. It is the Bye Bye Under Eye, and it's a waterproof concealer, and I love it. I've tried many under eye concealers before, and again, I don't know if I really even have dark circles, but everybody says you're supposed to wear an under eye concealer, so I do it. I don't know. I've tried the Shape Tape, and it was horrendous. I've just looked nuts. I had these big white raccoon, or not, I guess the opposite of raccoon. I don't know. I looked terrible. So I decluttered that. I didn't like it at all. But I found this and I love it. It doesn't crease. It just sits under my eyes beautifully, blends beautifully. It's kind of has a nice tacky feel to it. And it's a nice blemish concealer. However, I think because it's waterproof, it does clog up your pores a little, so I don't really like using it as a blemish concealer, even though it is really good. I have found that sometimes my blemishes tend to stay longer. I crop up with new ones in that area, so I'm on the fence about that part, but as an under eye, it's amazing. Now, I would probably say I have two favorite lipsticks of the year, but my number one would be the Hourglass Confession lipsticks. I love them. I'm wearing them today. One of them I got as a set for the holidays, and I actually did a video on that I will link below if you're interested. So I have this darker color on top, and then I do the lighter color, the darker color first, and then I put the lighter, more nudie one on top, just so it gives a bit of an ombre effect, and I love it. It's kind of a pinky color. Now, what I like about them so much is, to me, they're kind of a matte lipstick. They're very pigmented. They last all day, pretty much. They're just a gorgeous, they look beautiful and chic. They're metal, thin, so they fit in your makeup bag beautifully. Gorgeous colors. Like I said, I've got quite a few of them. And this is definitely my favorite lipstick formula, hands down. I know there are a lot of other beautiful lipsticks, but I do have lip allergies as well. So some of them may be your favorites and you're wondering why I'm not mentioning them. It could be because I'm allergic. So it's I have a very small window of choice. So this is definitely my favorite lipstick formula for 2017, hands down. My second favorite is from Dior. It's a lacquer stick, and it's in particular the color. It's called Rolling, and it is a peachy nude, and I love this color. You can see how much I've used by looking inside the tube. Now, when you have a collection of over 100 lipsticks and you've gone down that far in one of them, you know it's a winner. So again, this one, I don't have any issues with allergies. It's not sheer, but it's not opaque either. It's just such a lovely color. I'll just do a quick swatch on my hand just so you can see how lovely it is. It's just a beautiful peachy nude, and I wear this so much, especially when I was going to the gym, because it's not an in-your-face color, but I still look made up. And the color is just perfect, and it's called Rolling, like I mentioned. I did buy another color in this, but it wasn't as nice. So it's this formula and this color that just ticks all the boxes for me. So next I'm going to get into some hair products. And this one in particular, I like the entire line of Unite. It's a, not drugstore, it's a salon shampoo. And it's not fancy packaging, just basic white. I bought it at my hairdresser's and I love it. I bought their straightening line called Laser, which was nice, but it made my hair really flat, but it did smooth it. So if you're looking for a smoothing, definitely give it a try. So I gave that one to my mom. I did buy the Boosta one, and that gives your hair a lot of volume, and it does. It's fabulous. But the number one of the entire collection is the Blonda. It's purple. It smells like grape. It smells so good. Now my hair, it's actually a funny color right now. I usually like to be a little bit blonder. Long story, but I've had the same hairdresser for close to 20 years, and every so often he throws his toys and he quits hairdressing and tries something totally new. So he did that about 2 years ago, so I was scrambling for a new hairdresser, and she dyed my hair pretty much platinum. I was full solid blonde. I had these thick roots all the time. My hair was dry, it was a mess, but I just didn't know where else to go. And then the final straw was she burned my hair so bad it actually had breakage. Big clumps had fallen out. And at the same time, I heard from my hairdresser and he said, I'm coming. Oh, sorry, before I found out he had come back, so I had all these clumps of hair coming out. So I went and bought a frosting tip. Yep, I pulled my hair through a cap and I did my own hair because I didn't want to go back to the woman that had burned my hair. Well, I looked like a calico cat. So I went to another hairdresser and she dyed my hair brown. Ashy dishwater brown. It was horrible. I just looked awful. So I ended up here. It was just a fluke. I heard from my hairdresser. He says, I'm back. And I said, I need to see you today. So I went to see him and he said, I can't touch your hair right. It's just so damaged. He says, I'll do my best, but I can't take you back to your nice, all I do is I just have a few blonde highlights done at the top, and then we keep my hair underneath its natural color. But because I had just solid blonde, he said it was just a mess. So he says, I need to let it grow out and we'll need to tone down the highlights for now. So I'm kind of a darker blonde than I normally am, and I'm a little bit miserable about it, but it's just the way it is for now. So what I do to try and tone it a little bit, because it gets a little bit mousy, is I use my purple shampoo, and I love it. So it was kind of a long-winded explanation, but this is the best purple shampoo I've ever used, and it just smells amazing. It seriously smells like a grape Fanta. It's really yummy. And my old faithful dry bar detox, and you'll see I only have a mini, so you're probably wondering how could it possibly be my favorite. I bought a two holiday sampler sets from Sephora, all different dry shampoos and texturizers. So I'm going through those, and I'm gonna wait to repurchase my favorite, because so far they've all been kind of nothing beats my dry bar detox. This is the most amazing dry shampoo for me. I know a lot of people don't like it. It leaves a white cast, but for me that's actually a good thing because it kind of covers up my roots. It absorbs the oil. I could probably go a month washing my hair and use this. I just love it. It just does an amazing job, gives my hair so much volume, and I can manage it and I can do different hairstyles, and it makes my shampooing last so much longer. Especially when you're a lazy girl like me, I hate blow drying my hair. So anyway, it's my absolute favorite dry shampoo. Another item I discovered this year was micellar water. I've always cleansed my skin with a gel type foaming cleanser at night to take off my makeup. I'd use a wipe and then I would cleanse. Now, as I'm getting older, I'm just a little bit more cognizant of washing my face too much and using drying cleansers. So I thought I would give micellar water a try, and I heard that's what French girls do, so why not? And I love it. I've got my mom onto it. This is so reasonably priced. I know there's also the Bioderma, but it's 3 times the price. I think I get this for like $6 at Walmart. And I love it. And I have heard some things that it's not the best and this and that, but my skin has reacted beautifully to it. I love it, and I can't see myself not using it anymore. This is probably my 5th bottle I've gone through. I discovered it early in the year, and it is my favorite. Another item, and this is also a drugstore item, is the Jergens Wet Skin. I have mentioned this in some of my favorites and empties. It is a moisturizer you put on in the shower, and it is amazing. It smells amazing. It's just saves so much time. You just quickly slap it on while your skin is still wet, and you pop out of the shower and you're done. I love it. I will be honest, and I haven't really been using it a lot during the winter months. I don't think it's quite moisturizing enough, and I'm also enjoying using some of my holiday type fragrance body creams and things like my cranberry body butter and stuff like that. So this has kind of been put on the back burner, but it is always in my shower just in case, and I also use it as a shaving cream. It is a fantastic, nice emollient when you're shaving your legs or whatever. So highly recommend it, and just always keep one in your shower, and you can get it from Walmart even better. Now, a product that I've also mentioned, I think in one of my favorites or something, I can't quite remember, but it definitely needs to be mentioned, is my wet brush. It slides through my hair like butter. If you have color treated hair, you probably agree that your hair clumps when it's in the shower, and it's so hard to get a brush through. And right now I have such damaged hair, I'm just trying to be as gentle as possible, and this literally slides through my hair like butter. I've never used a brush like it, so I can see why they are all the rage. I ended up buying these for several family members over Christmas, and I got my mom onto it, and every single person I've given it to has agreed that it is just fabulous. And it's not very expensive, so I think mine was about $15. I got it from the hair salon. You can get them all over town. I'm sure a lot of drugstores also carry them as well, so love it. Now, another back-ended story, I have always had gel nail polish. Not gel nails, but just the polish, and I would go every 2 weeks, and I just loved it. I loved having perfect nails, no chipping. They always looked lovely and shiny, and they were just fabulous. Then I started noticing my nails were actually splitting horizontally on the skin, and I thought, what is going on? So I was thinking, is it my diet? And I eat a very healthy diet, lots of fats and all this and that. So I started taking biotin, thinking it was a deficiency, and my husband said, do you not think it might be getting gel nail polish every 2 weeks? And I thought, no. And he said, why don't you just do me a favor and give your nails a break? So I reluctantly went and had them all removed, and they were a mess. They were all, you know what they look like when you have your polish, they were white, and they were thin, and a mess. And I looked on YouTube, and a famous YouTuber, I can't remember her name, but she's very popular, and she also went through the same thing and suggested this kit that I bought on Amazon. I think it's called Complex. I'll link it below. And it healed my nails. So after that, I've decided I am going to paint my own nails, and that's what I've been doing. And I actually like it. I have a nice big collection of nail polishes, and it's kind of fun to, in the evenings, to sit and paint your nails. And even though they take a million hours to dry, there are some products now that make them dry a little bit faster. So anyways, I'm always on the hunt for good nail polishes that are going to last, because it is a bit of a procedure. And I've tried Chanel, OPI, you name it. I've tried a million fancy nail polishes, cheap ones, etc., etc. And by far, Sally Hansen Extreme is the best. I've literally had a 2-week manicure out of this nail polish. And I have, you know, nice base coats, top coats, and all that kind of stuff, but I use that same process with every nail polish, and they chip, you know, within a couple of days, a week, maybe at the most. This, honestly, I ought to get a 2-week manicure out of, unless I'm like really getting into heavy duty something, gardening, picking away at stuff. But for my regular day-to-day activities, I can get 2 weeks. They have a beautiful selection of colors. I think these are about $3. I can't really remember. They always have deals, this and that. They dry really fast. So it's called Extreme Wear, Sally Hansen, amazing. And I got mine from Walmart. Now my last item is kind of a weird item. I was noticing that I was getting horizontal, is that horizontal or vertical? Vertical lines under my eyes. So much so that they would last the entire day. and I tried different eye creams and it kind of improved. And I've noticed my brother also has these same lines that go down here. It's very strange. It's like it's pulling down. I went to Sephora, asked, and of course they just suggest another eye cream, and nothing was really giving me the results I wanted. So I even tried a tape trick. I bought these things on Amazon. They're kind of stickers that you would stick here that I would put when I was sleeping so that it wouldn't squish. And then I stumbled upon Nurse Jamie, and she has this pillow, and it looks very strange, like a pitchfork, or I don't know how, she calls it a beauty bear, so I guess it's supposed to be shaped like a polar bear. And it's satin, and it's got a like memory foam inside. And the way it's set up, your face will fall in between here, and so your cheek will land in there, so it won't, that's what was happening, is I was sleeping and it was going like that, and so that's why I was ending up with this line. And by the end of the day, it would finally smooth out, and I'd go to sleep and it would do it again. Since I've had this pillow, those lines are gone. They are gone. I still have fine lines and wrinkles, and that's fine. I'm in my 40s. It's to be expected, but I don't want vertical lines going down the middle of my face. That was from sleeping. So this pillow has saved my life. It's not cheap. I bought it at Sephora, but I think I got it at the spring VIB sale and got 20% off, so it wasn't as bad. I was planning to buy a second one so that when this one is in the wash, that's how much I love this thing, that when I'm washing it, it is washable, by the way, so you can take the slip cover off, and you can also wash the insert inside. I'm a bit of a drooler. So that needs to be washed too. I can't just wash the cover. So I washed the whole thing. So I was going to buy a second one, but they're just so expensive. I just couldn't bring myself, and especially with all the other things I bought, I didn't buy one. But I will one day. I will get a second one. But for now, I love this. And if you are experiencing those funny lines under your eyes, I highly, highly, highly recommend this pillow. So I think that concludes my favorites for 2017. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you all have a wonderful new year, and I really look forward to showing you favorites for the upcoming year, because I'm sure there's going to be many more. So anyway, I hope you liked the video, and if you did, please press like, and more importantly, I'd love for you to subscribe and stay tuned for more videos. I will be posting lots more on beauty and on my favorites and all of this and that. So anyway, again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!